And I want to do it as economically as possible and according to code. And I want to definitely get permits and all that so we don't have any trouble later on. I understand it's going to need a firewall on the right hand side back here. Probably want to put some double pane windows, I imagine. Nothing super fancy, but ones at a decent discounted price likely. Back here I've got a back door for it, and my initial plan was actually to put a door in the front where the garage door is, along with a window. The more I think about it though, is I think that if this was converted into a little place, a little house, it probably would be better to put in some French doors. It could be either one that opens up or both French doors open up. I understand that you can have that option. And then maybe make a little patio area right here, as long as the city allows it to come out a little ways that is. Maybe a fence right in the front here that, you know, might be about 6 feet tall max, and that it could be diagonal boards. I think it'll look nicer. That's just a thought. Maybe in the beginning stages it would just be the French doors, but I think it'd be nice to put a little patio area in there that somebody could sit in. Here is the insides. And it appears the guy that owned the home before me, he had already put in this insulation, you know, and it's not much, it's only R13. I'm not even sure if this is going to work the way that it's set up. It's probably going to have to be a little different. And I'm not sure if these beams will have to go across, all the way across, and without that middle part for the garage. And the garage would come out, of course. I'd probably just sell it on Craigslist. And take out all these really nice cabinets. And sell them as well. Really nice. I mean, but I just don't really have a use for them like I would a little apartment. And I think over by the door area, the French door area, I think this would be the whole living area. And, you know, maybe you have like a couch over there, a futon, more than likely, because somebody would sleep in there as well, of course. Little entertainment area space here, potentially a little closet coat rack thing over there that someone can keep their clothes in. And these are just thoughts. I definitely want to work with it. And if anybody has any ideas, that's what this is all about. This would be a window. It's the one that you saw on the side over there. I would just replace that with probably a double pane window that slides open. And one of the thoughts that somebody brought up to me was to actually remove this door and put new siding on the outside of it. I really think that's just getting a little too involved, despite the fact that it probably would be a better use of space to just have this whole area in the back available as a bathroom. I don't know. I'm thinking that maybe if I did want to do something like that, I could just leave the door too. That's another option, except that it's there and not use it. But I think it would just end up being a back door anyways. This would be the bathroom, and where this currently has a rolling cart, this would be where the bathtub would probably be. I imagine it'd be about a 5-foot bathtub across. Now, the thing is, I know I can put a shower and save some space. Another benefit would probably be it'd be easier for people with handicap issues, mobility issues to get in and out of. So that's another thing I'm considering, is to still put a shower in this area to make some space. But the more I think about it, I mean, a bathtub's only a few feet more in terms of the amount of space it's going to take up. And you're going to want all that footage in here for people to walk in around the sink and the toilet and whatever it's sitting in here. So I'm still kind of split on the bathtub or shower. They're both going to cost very much the same, aside from slightly probably different plumbing. I really don't think it's any big deal. I was thinking about putting a door here to get into the bathroom as you walk in. It might be a difficulty with this door though. So that's something I'm pretty split on. Be like a pocket door is what I'm thinking. But then it would have nowhere to slide, so that might not work. So more than likely it'd be a pocket door here, and then over here on this side, next to this whole living area, would be the kitchen. A kitchenette area, maybe a small stove, RV size, one of those smaller units you can get where you can bake and do everything you need to do. But I'm kind of split between that and just putting a convection oven on a shelf on the wall and having a sink. There's my wife making fun of me.
Where's the car?
It's outside.
Okay.
Yeah. Dottie. Is she sad?
She didn't know where you were.
Oh, okay.
Sad.
Okay. That's my puppy. So yeah, so I've got that all kind of figured out that I probably want to put the bathroom in the kitchen here because I think that would make it easier because you'd have all the plumbing accessible through the wall to the kitchen from the bathroom. Now, in terms of up here, I imagine sheetrock also on the sides and putting 45R insulation up there, 40 on the sides. I want to make sure it's up to code and also very well insulated. I don't think I'm going to do anything too crazy with heating because, again, this has to be done very cost effectively. It is a very small space and it's really well insulated. I think I'm just going to put something like, I don't know, one of those little cadet heaters maybe against the wall or something over here. I think that it'll be efficient enough because the place will be so well insulated once it's done and made into a little home, and it'll heat up quickly. It'd be great if I could put a little loft area on top of the bathroom. I don't think it's going to happen. This whole roof up to the top is 10 feet between the insulation and the any other work that has to be done up there. It's probably not going to be enough space, but it'd be nice for storage. Additional storage up there, potentially an area to sleep. It would probably be almost impossible. It wouldn't be enough room. But who knows? Maybe somebody has an idea. A closet. I haven't really figured that out yet. My first impression was it'd be better to put it in this corner over here next to an entertainment area, but I'm not totally sure. Now the next thing is, why am I doing this? Well, number one, I've been into tiny homes for a long time. For about 10 years I've been watching them. I used to be on the Simple Living Network and sharing my thoughts about different things and about downsizing and simplifying. And more recently I got laid off from my job. I've had trouble finding new work, and we own this home, and we do want to have a kid, and having my availability is always good. It's really expensive daycare anyways, I figure. I could find a part-time job, my wife could continue teaching, and we could rent this out to somebody, student at Reed College or whatnot that's nearby in our area. We live in the southeast Woodstock area, and that's my first thought, is to do something like that. And then I have a place to live, our home. It'd be easier to afford it while we're watching a kid. This will help absorb some of those costs, and it provides affordable housing for somebody. And ultimately, someday, I think my mom, she lives in Loreto, Baja, Mexico. She'll probably want to be with family and be with a kid, and she has some health problems, so I want to make something available that's hers, but with us, and gives us a little bit of our own space, so we don't make ourselves crazy together. So those are my thoughts. Anybody who, I don't know, I'm going to probably have to find friends that help me do this. Maybe there's hobbyists that could help us out. I'm not sure, because I'm going to be dealing with a really tight budget. I just sold my car so I could put towards seed money to do this thing. Permits, from what I'm gathering in Portland, the city's kind of difficult to deal with, but I'm very willing to keep going back to them. Assuming they're going to be about, I don't know, $1,000 maybe, between the firewall being approved, building it on the inside so I have to rip off the outside panels, cedar plank off, all the other various ones that they have. That's the impression I have, because their development fees are being waived until 2013, which is what's making a lot of people do this right now, because it makes it a lot more affordable. If it wasn't for those, I don't know what it would cost. It's something that wouldn't even be accessible to most people. It's going to need an electric box. I know that's going to cost me some money, and it's going to be wired probably to the home, to the main box. And down here, I believe, is a sewage line right here, so it should be very easy to connect from the tiny home over the sewage line that's over here in this area. Yeah. Oh, here's the coop I built. Well, my friend and I built together, and those are my chickens. So if anybody has any pointers or is available to help me out in any kind of way with ideas or even physical labor, I'd really appreciate it. I thought I'd do this shout out and share my little dream for a tiny house in the back of our house. Take care. Have a good day. Neptunia.